I think this is working.
Yeah, let's go.
God, you're fucking loud.
Very. I'm Puerto Rican.
I'm looking at the
from
wave
hood.
files right now, and it's like you screaming and me not. Check. Yep.
We're here.
All right, I think I gotta turn myself down now.
We are here.
Here. Nope. Nope, we're not here yet.
Time out.
I can keep going. Now we're here.
All right.
Oh. Woo. Gotta love when you're a fucking idiot and can't turn a goddamn camera on. You like my fit?
Yeah, it looked like you're wearing your pajamas.
I mean, I feel it. It is pajamas. Straight up.
Very nice and gay.
That's rude. That's rude. Man, I really wish Jeremy was here.
Jeremy, you suck.
It's gonna be like that episode that you guys did with me.
Yeah.
And you just talk shit about me the whole time.
Yeah.
He's working. I get it. I get it.
Welcome to This Might Get Loud, episode 18. I'm Edgar the Car Guy, and this is Boom.
Oh, look at you. Look at you.
Don't get me started. Jeremy's not here today. He decided that he wanted to work longer hours. So, fuck you, Jeremy.
You know what you forgot to do?
What?
You didn't let me play the intro. So
Play
now
the
you got-
intro.
So now you gotta redo it.
We ain't really doing shit.
Honey, you've got a big storm coming.
That's how it's done.
All right there, professional.
Woo! This is Mike It Loud, episode 18.
It took a half hour to run cameras, and thanks, Jeremy.
No,
Got
it's
me
fine.
Stuck
It's
with
fine.
Boom.
This is a good thing. This is a good thing
always a
because
good thing.
I need to learn how to do more of this. It's just kind of, for those of you guys that are watching shit like that, like I got this whole dual, triple monitor thing going on where I have to monitor everything, and it's just, there's a big mess on my screen right now.
And I don't know how to do any of this. I just show up and talk.
Yeah.
Don't kid around.
But this week's episode is going to be really cool. I mean, it's you and me.
Yeah.
And, you know,
How's your week, man?
my week is pretty solid. I had yesterday off. I had today off. I'm
Man,
going to have tomorrow off.
part-timer. Nice
just
part-time
chilling, man.
hours, man. I've been working my ass off. That's why we haven't been here for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Jeremy and I have been putting in some hours, and, we have to keep going, I guess.
But it's spooky week, which
It
is
spooky
important.
week.
Halloween's coming up.
Are you
I know.
scared?
I mean, a little.
Yeah.
I'm afraid of the dark.
Get a
One.
dog.
I have a dog, but he would probably lick them to death. Lobo just wants
Lobo
to be pet.
doesn't even bark.
No,
He's a mute dog.
he's a useless husky.
Yeah.
He's not mute. No, he talks.
He'll talk, yeah. But he won't bark when you walk in the house. I kind of like that.
He thinks everybody's a friend, which
Oh,
one day I'm
I
going to be
gotcha.
stabbed to death. in this.
Yeah, he'll be dead.
Yeah, it is what it is, though. But I mean, we got a cool week lined up with a lot of shit that happened. But,
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of piggyback a little bit to kind of give me a little idea. I mean, obviously Jeremy isn't here because he's at work. You've been putting in a lot of hours at work.
Yes.
And,
It's
you know,
season now, so that's what happens.
I work part time. I want to kind of talk about how a lot of people don't talk about both sides of the spectrum when it comes to becoming a creator, and you know, make shit just doesn't go immediately. You know, people are like so afraid to like act. Everybody always wants to act like they don't have a real job.
Right.
Like they want to just be like, oh yeah, I do music full time. And it's like you have 100 followers. No, you don't.
Right.
It's not possible.
Yeah.
But I think there's something weird in the culture where it's almost like people will shame you if you have a job. People won't take your products that you do seriously if they find out that you still have a day job. And I think that whole side of the scene just needs to stop, because I know a ton of people that still have day jobs that put out way more music and way more content than you've ever dreamed of.
Right. not the first time I've heard of it. You know, most people when they start out, I mean, you got to bring in income, so you have to have a job unless you're gonna go sell drugs, and then you might not make it. You might just get locked up doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, so I'd rather do it legal and work and do this.
But I mean, like, so why do you think people do that? I've
Do
always been like, it's always been weird to me. Like people are, I mean, I'll catch myself doing it. Like people don't really know what I do for a day job, but I don't put my business out there like that. You know what I mean? But
I do because a lot of my clients do come from social media.
Well, yeah.
I've been in the area for 10 years. I advertise on the radio. I've been advertising with my company for a number of years. So social media is important in both aspects, whether it's selling cars or New Age Limited.
Yeah.
So I have to be in front of the crowd.
Yeah, it's just like, I know when people ask me like what I do, they're like, what do you do? I'm not going to tell you what I do for my day job first. I'm going to tell you what I'm passionate about first. That's what I do. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I think people are always like, there's a lot of times when somebody asks me, what do you do? And I say, well, you know, I'm a musician. I make music. I DJ. Right. I produce all that stuff. They're like, oh, what do you do besides that? And it's like, why does there have to be something else?
I fish.
Like, why can't you just take that for? It's like people almost want to be like, what's the catch?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And because they're looking for those little pegs to knock you down.
Yes. Or try to hate on you on something. Because, you know, people are jealous out there. They don't like you doing better than them, I guess.
Bro, I got a day job and I played 2 festivals. It doesn't really matter. You have to get to a certain point where I did the whole thing, you know, 2 years ago, where I did quit my job completely and I did do music full time. I went full-time music and I made it. I did it for like 6-7 months straight. But, you know, although all my bills were getting paid by music, I had nothing left over. So I was more miserable than when I started because I was just freaking out about bills all the time.
Right, absolutely. But that's a normal thing. It's never enough money, and there's always bills. And the more you make, the more you're gonna spend. Your lifestyle doesn't really change, no matter if you go from 40,000 to 200,000. You're always gonna feel broke. It's never enough.
Yeah. I just think you can't give yourself until you hit a certain point in your career. Like you can't give yourself the proper headspace to actually be able to do everything efficiently. Like if you just try to nickel and dime everything, like you're really hurting yourself in the long run. You know what I mean?
I agree with that.
I don't know. It was just something that was on my mind today. I just see people post about shit like that all the time, and it's like, it doesn't matter. Whatever they say, if they make music, period. Just because they have the day job does not take away credit from what they do.
Right. Well, it's better than just sitting at home and collecting from the government.
Yep.
Which I don't respect people that do that.
Well, there's some people that have to.
Well, some have to, but you know, you do have those that try to beat the system.
Yeah, the freeloaders and shit like that.
And that costs me in taxes, and I don't like that.
I mean, yeah. I agree with that. We won't dive into that too much. Well,
no.
I guess we could, but
what's going on with MSU, man? What's happening,
bro? For a long time, it's been fuck MSU. Just because your boy, diehard Michigan fan, is fuck MSU at all times. Y'all are trash. But now it's fuck MSU for a completely different set of reasons. I don't know if you guys have seen. I mean, this happened a couple weeks ago, so it's a little bit old news. But like I said, we haven't been here in a couple weeks, so we're going to talk about it a little bit. I obviously can't go into complete detail because there are certain things that were said in this that I'm not allowed to say, period. We'll leave it at that. Guy did a survey. He was a professor. He put out a survey to his students that had some extremely suggestive and extremely racist remarks trying to gauge offensiveness and aggressiveness with statements. The M-bomb was dropped multiple times. It was dropped in variations where it was just extremely offensive. And, you know, people are trying to defend it. Well, not a ton, but there are people that are defending it, saying, well, the whole purpose of this survey was to gauge those type of atmospheres that students are going through in everyday life. And it's like, yo, you had somebody in your dorm room this past year that put a noose made out of toilet paper on a black student's door.
That's pretty foul. That's taking it overboard.
Nobody knows. Nothing happened to that. I mean, they have cameras in the main lobbies, but that's it. And I understand you can't have them throughout the dorm hallways and stuff like that. But somebody had to know who did it. I mean, you got all that.
Someone always knows. But then again, snitching and being worried about giving information out and worrying about what's going to happen.
Fuck snitching, bro. Snitching is dead when it comes to a situation like that. I mean,
when it comes to a situation like that, I think it should be addressed and you kick that person out of school or get fired from the job or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, the person's there to get an education. What the fuck?
Yeah.
But I mean, you got that, all the nonstop sexual allegations that happen with MSU. For me, I talked briefly with a couple MSU fans that I personally know, and I know some of them, they're just like, I can't even support that school anymore. And it's like, I don't blame you.
Right.
But the real thing is, do you think that because a school is doing things like that, like, is it reasonable to stop supporting a school over that? Or are we still doing the whole separate the sports from that?
Now, is it the school or the students?
Well, the survey was definitely the school.
Okay.
And then you have the school that brushes all the sexual assault under the radar. MSU's been known for that for a while now, and it's a problem.
I had no idea.
It's bad. It's bad. They'll try to say some of it's like speculation and shit like that, but there's more than enough cases, especially if you go on campus. Like, that campus is one of the wildest campuses I've ever been to in my entire life.
What part of town of Michigan is that?
That's right in East Lansing.
Oh, that's by you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like I said, I'm not an MSU fan, but I will tell you this. There's nobody, and I mean nobody, that parties harder than that fucking school does. That school is unbelievable at night. It's wild. It's crazy. It's nuts. You got like all these, literally every club there is packed shoulder to shoulder every night of the week. And they're doing some sort of different thing. It's a shame that a lot of that just has to be put down because of, all this other stuff that's going on.
All the negativity.
It irked me out, man. It irked me out.
Definitely not good.
Tell me about your boy, bro.
Who's my boy?
I've been seeing some shit happening with him.
What have you been seeing, man?
Man, this whole DJ Envy, Charlemagne.
And Gucci and Angela Yee.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Envy's stuck for his coworker. And that's what I would do if we was in this situation. They share the same platform.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not going to tell Charlemagne what to say. And he's not going to tell Angela Yee what to say. He's a team player. I think he handled it well. Now, I don't know why Gucci is so upset at him for having his coworkers back.
I think that a lot of this has to come with, Gucci's losing a little bit of steam. A lot of times people are just outlashed to get people talking about him again.
Right. He's probably trying to get back in the game. Did he just recently got out of jail or something like that? Or was that a while back? See, that part I don't know.
I don't pay attention to Gucci because I don't give a fuck about Gucci.
Not a big fan of his.
Didn't he just drop an album too?
I think
he's probably trying to keep the buzz around it. There's a lot going on.
He's trying to attract attention, but don't fuck with the Breakfast Club. Come on, man. Are you kidding me?
And I mean,
they're the number one morning show right now.
See, here's the other part though: is
for the last 10 years,
he didn't really fuck with the Breakfast Club.
He fucked with two of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Charlemagne didn't even give a fuck.
I don't think Envy was bothered with Charlemagne interviewing Gucci.
No, he told him.
He told him, go ahead and air it and, whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. He was on vacation anyway. You know what I mean? He was with his family. He was with his wife. Shout out to Gia. Shout out to Envy.
I think so Charlemagne was mentored by Wendy Williams.
Yes, he was.
Which means that he moves similar to how she did.
Very similar.
So it's fuck
Wendy
everybody.
Williams loved gossip.
Yeah. And it's fuck
so
everybody.
Like
I'm on my way to the top.
Same program. I don't have anything against Charlemagne either, to tell you the truth. I think he's a great, what would you call him, a radio personality.
To me, he's annoying.
And he doesn't annoy me. I mean, he's like a hit or miss with me, to tell you the truth. There's days I think he's on, and there's days I think he's off about, certain subjects. But don't hate on him at all, I think he decided Let me interview him. Let me see what's up and get the other side of the story. It's what he did.
Now, do you think he's on his way out?
Who, Charlemagne?
I don't think he's
I don't know. That's hard to tell. They all have their own podcast, their own. Envy DJs in all over the world. They all have different jobs besides the Breakfast Club. So I don't know if he's on his way out.
It just seems to me like he seems more suited to have his own type of show, type of deal.
Well, he does. He has his own podcast right now.
Yeah, but he wants something bigger than that.
Probably. It can happen. I can see him branching out of the Breakfast Club.
I think it will happen eventually. I just don't know when.
Who would take his place, though? I'm pretty sure Envy will find somebody.
Oh, yeah.
Show must go on whether he decides to stay or not. There's no speculations and no one's talking about that right now.
Yeah.
And if I ask, I'm not going to get the answer.
Right. At the same time, that's a very unique three because I feel like that Breakfast Club, the dynamic changes completely if one person is removed. It's just an odd situation.
Yes and no. We've seen other shows that, someone left and they still made it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Envy was in Hot 97 in the morning show for a little while, and he decided to walk away from it and ended up in Power 105 and still succeeded.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure the morning show in Hot 97 succeeded without him.
Yeah, who's on Hot 97?
Right now, Ebro.
Yeah.
I don't really listen to Ebro.
Yeah.
Don't know nothing about him.
Nah. Kind of hit or miss for me. I don't really listen to Breakfast Club either, to be honest.
I listen to Breakfast Club every morning, about.
I listen to Joe Budden, that's about it.
I listen to Joe. Joe's got it going on right now. With Pull Up and
that
podcast
is amazing.
Him touring, and he's doing good.
It's like the first time I've seen a podcast tour like that.
I know. That's amazing.
It's breaking new ground for podcasts. Podcasts are doing new things. It's very odd, but it's very cool.
What's going on with Zion Williams' injury?
So, Zion Williamson, he's hurt. And for me, do you watch NBA at all?
I do and I don't. Now with having a baby, he took over my TV. So right. I miss a lot of the sports stuff, and whatever I get to watch is on my phone at night before I go to bed.
Right.
Life's different right now.
Well, Jeremy's a huge NFL fan, and I'm the opposite. I'm a huge NBA fan.
I was more of a baseball fan for a long time.
I can't watch baseball. It's so boring to me. I can't do it.
It's America's pastime.
Yeah, well, fuck America.
Fuck you. We're getting banned because of that.
Yeah, we're getting... we're going to have to bleep that one out.
Yeah. As far as the NBA, when I was younger, I watched a lot of it. Played it I never played in a team, but street ball.
You used to watch it, but you don't anymore. You about to give me one of those pastime things where it used to be better type of shit.
No, not at all. No.
Well, so Zion Williamson, he got hurt. He was the number 1 pick of the draft this year.
Okay.
And he's a big guy, bro. He's 6'7", 6'8", depending on how you want to take it. And he is the heaviest guy in the league. He's just built, just huge muscle, so much torque, a lot. Like the way he moves, everything is just so power. There's so much power in his legs, right? This comes down to one of those things where it's like, what's that going to do to his career? He clearly has the talent. There's no surprise there. But is he going to be one of those injury-prone guys? I think there's just too much torque in those knees, and he's just gonna get injury after injury after injury. It's just too much. He's got to lose weight. He's got to. And I know that's odd because he's not fat. He's not a fat boy. He's not, but he's thick as hell. There's only one person in the NBA that weighs more than him. That dude's 7'3".
Damn.
Yeah. So it's like.
So you think he'll recover soon? Is he gonna make the season?
He'll be back this season.
So he'll be back before the playoffs, before the All-Star game. What do you think?
I think he's only out. I think he's only out 6 to 8 weeks.
Okay, 6 to 8 weeks is not too bad.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where is it going to happen again?
Well, normally when when they get hurt like that, eventually same thing happens. I mean, I don't know how sport medicine.
Yeah, I think it was like a
how
torn
advanced it is
torn
now, but-
meniscus or something like that, which isn't something to take lightly. But
Right.
shoot, NBA is here. I
NBA
watch
is
every
here.
game, bro.
So
I watch-
who you follow?
I'm a Sixers fan, bro.
Oh yeah.
I've been a Sixers fan my whole life since Allen Iverson. Man.
I can go back and forth with the Knicks and Nets. I mean, I like the Knicks, but yeah, they're fucking choke kings, you know. It's never been the same since Starks fucked it up in '93, but
It's just really hard for you to be a New York fan.
I do like
right
the
now.
the Nets too, because they used to air it when they played in Jersey, and I guess we grew up watching the Nets because they used to air it on TV, you know, more than the Knicks games. And back then there wasn't cable, and if you had cable, it was because you lived in a good neighborhood, and I didn't live in such a good neighborhood, so we didn't have that shit, you know. Cable TV didn't come out in Brooklyn until like the late '90s.
Damn.
Yeah. You white people had it first.
Yeah.
Privileged.
I don't know when I had cable, to be honest. I didn't pay that bill. I didn't know when we had it. I just knew TV was cool.
Right.
My dad had one of those like universal. Remember one of those universal remotes? It was probably like the size of your phone, and it was like one of the first.
Man, I think
like,
it was
touch
called
screen.
a clicker because it clicked.
And there was like the touchscreen version.
Yeah.
And it was probably like the size of
Yeah,
your
I
phone.
remember.
My dad had one of those. He thought it was the coolest fucking thing ever. And I look back on it, I'm like, dude, what a waste of fucking money. You should just use the regular remote. I think that thing was like $300-400. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? I mean, shit. Nowadays, though, like I just plug. I don't even pay for TV. I just plug in my laptop into my TV, and then I go online, and then I control everything with my phone.
From your phone. Yeah. Well, you know, you're a millennial. You guys are lazy.
That's not being lazy. I'm
Oh, I
beating
mean,
the
just kinda
system,
like,
bro.
Everything to the phone.
Why wouldn't you? That makes your life so much simpler.
I'm out, man. No. Things need to be kept separate. Screw that. Then my phone's in the pockets, changing channels. It'll drive my wife nuts.
I mean, not if you lock the phone like a normal person.
I do lock my phone, but you know.
I don't understand how people butt dial. People just be, oh, sorry, I butt dialed you. Fucking how? Turn the phone off. click the damn thing shut. I don't get it. Makes no sense to me. But I mean, so you're a Knicks fan.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I follow both. I can't say I'm more of a Knicks or a Nets fan. I like both of them.
Well, Nets are gonna be good this year. They've
They've been trying, man, for years.
They look promising. I think it's hilarious that the Warriors are starting off pretty trash already.
Yeah, I saw that the other day.
I like the Warriors, though. They're fun to watch. So I hope they have at least a decent season. I mean, we got a bunch of random things to talk about.
Logic is trash now. What's going on?
Dude, Logic's booty, bro. He's straight booty.
No, he's a lyricist.
He said 1-800-murder the pussy on a track. Don't even say he's a lyricist anymore, because he's not. I used to love Logic. Like, loved Logic. I don't like new Logic, not at all.
You think he got too big, too quick? I mean, I don't know.
It's just
Too many albums. He's been
everything
around for a while.
A lot of his sounds sound rinsed. I mean, pretty much when he said 1-800-murder the pussy in reference also to his suicide track, I was just like, hey, come on, dog, we done. It's like, relax.
Maybe he's got writer's block or something.
Then don't make music.
He's got to make something. He's got contracts.
Yeah, but those records are just bad.
I haven't heard the latest. I mean, the last album that dropped a few months ago. I mean, is that what you're talking about?
There was a track that dropped like within the last month.
I haven't gotten an alert in a while.
But Joe Budden said he is the worst person to ever touch a microphone.
Yeah, I heard him say that. I can't believe he said that. I think he's good. I mean, hey, he's had a long run too, you know? I mean, he's been around for a while now.
It's a hot take. It's a hot take, but yeah.
It's not new. You're going to have one flop. Not all your albums are going to be hits.
His albums have been kind of going downhill since the beginning, I feel like.
No,
Under Pressure was good. The Incredible True Story was decent. And then what was the one after that? Do you know?
I don't know. I don't remember.
That was the one that had the Suicide
He's had
Hotline
quite a
track
few.
on it. and that was okay.
Was that the Sinatra series?
No, his Young Sinatra stuff was before he popped off. I loved him back then.
Yeah.
Those Young Sinatras and shit, those were dope. But yeah, so fucking Under Pressure was good.
Okay,
Incredible
yeah, I
True
remember
Story,
that. Mhm.
decent. That mixtape he had, Bob and Tarantino, was fire.
Okay.
I remember that being hot.
Yeah.
That album, 2017, Everybody, not that great. That had a couple tracks. Bobby Tarantino 2 was not good. Young Sinatra 4, did not like it.
Nobody really liked that last Young Sinatra either for some reason. I mean, I dibbled and dabbled in it, but...
And then he's got that Supermarket thing, which was like a soundtrack to his book. It was okay. And then Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, which came out in May. And that wasn't... I mean, he's got that track with... Where is it? He's got some hitters on these tracks, too. Like, he did Homicide with Eminem. I thought that was good. He had Chris D'Elia in it, which is cool. But, like, overall, the album was just very mediocre. And then this new track, OCD, is just not good at all.
So you say this was going to be a flop?
It was just a track. I don't even know. I just don't. I'm at the point now where I honestly could give a fuck less if Logic dropped some music.
Well, you got so many other artists that are coming out right now that, you know.
I used to always look forward to his music, and now I just don't care. I just don't care.
Again, he's had a lot of hits.
He hasn't had a lot of hits. He's had a lot of good songs, but he hasn't had a lot of hits. Biggest song he probably had was the Suicide Hotline one.
Well, yeah, because...
And then the only other track he had big was the one that he did with Marshmello.
Gotcha.
And that's because of Marshmello.
MGK announces going to rehab after the tour. What do you think about that?
It hurts. It hurts a lot.
You know, he's a very young, talented, amazing artist, lyricist. Do you think he's going to come back out of rehab and still have hits?
Yes.
What makes you think that?
It's just the type of artist that he is. Like, he's very, what the word I'd be looking for. He can go anywhere.
I'm not saying that he shouldn't get clean. He should get clean because he can die with the drugs that he's doing. You know what I mean? We've lost quite a few artists throughout the years that were very talented. At least he's stepping up and saying, hey, I got a problem. I know I got this tour. I got commitments. But after this tour, I'm going to go take care of myself.
And it worries me, too, because he's always had a drug problem here and there. He got cleaner in some areas at some points. Mm-hmm. But, he's got a daughter. And
yeah, he's got things to worry about.
I am probably the biggest MGK fan that I know. Like, I went to see him at Warped Tour 2010, and there were like 30 people there. On his stage. He was in the Battle of the Band stage. He wasn't even technically like a real act.
Gotcha.
But like, I have a hard physical copy of his Lace Up mixtape, which there aren't many of those. Like, it's the actual like stick-on like lace up like type of like tops on that. It was on a burnt CD.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. Shit.
So you followed him all the way from
Michigan. I got the Lace Up tattoo on the back of my leg. You know, and I love everything he does. I thoroughly enjoy everything about MGK. MGK, first time I heard him, that was like the point where it made it seem like, there is a spot in this scene for people that are misfits like me and shit like that. It made it seem possible. But I know he was really, while he was on tour with Linkin Park, he was close to Chester Bennington, and then Chester died. Well, he committed suicide. Right. And then I knew that was a wake-up call for him at that point. But now it seems like he's falling back into the hole and slipping. And I just...
Do you think Eminem's going to respect him more?
No.
Now that he's going to rehab?
No.
No? Why not?
No. I know that's a easy button to come back to. Everybody wants to know what Eminem thinks. But I truly think Eminem could give a fuck less. And
I agree with that.
And, when that whole beef happened, I think the person who won technically on paper, like as far as who rapped better than the other one, it's obviously Eminem. Duh.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, like how I view the outcome of that thing, MGK won that beef.
What I don't understand is that MGK, when he first came out, said he was a big Eminem fan. What happened to that relationship? Like, did they have a friendship at all?
No.
I mean,
No, he idolized him. I mean, what white rapper growing up doesn't?
right.
You know what I mean? And he made like one remark about his daughter, and it wasn't anything crazy.
Oh, nobody wants
Yeah.
to hear that. I have kids.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear anything.
I
like
get
that,
it.
or
And then he was
anything
banned from
towards my wife.
from anything shady related.
Right.
So he couldn't get on Shade 4-5. He couldn't do anything like that.
Damn, he was banned?
Hmm?
No kidding.
Just off of that. And then Eminem, I mean, MGK didn't retaliate. He didn't do anything. He just deaded it, let it go. And then Eminem comes at him on the new Kamikaze album.
Gotcha.
And then nobody thought fucking anybody was going to come at Eminem on that album. Nobody. And I heard that too. I was like, yeah, okay, it's not going to be anything. You're literally just dissing on people because you haven't had a good album in who knows how long. Last 3 albums have been absolute garbage by Eminem, and I will die on that hill by myself because I think at this point in time, Eminem is an awful artist to listen to. I can't stand him. He's just bad to listen to. He doesn't make good music anymore for me.
Right.
The last album he had before this one, the fuck was that one called? Revival?
Yeah, Revival.
The worst fucking hip-hop album I've heard in the last 10 years. That was just bad. But like, so he comes out and he wants to get his, how do you get Juice back coming back? Say some names.
Right, yeah.
Say some fucking names,
people.
bro. He says some bigger names too.
Yeah.
And no one said anything. And here comes MGK. And, you know, I think Killshot took a lot of people back a little bit because it was like, he even said in an interview, he's like, dude, I'm just doing what you did 20 years ago.
Right. Yeah. I get it. What's going on with Kanye and Drake?
I don't fucking know. I don't care. Fuck Kanye.
I don't care for neither, to tell you the truth.
I know. We know you don't like Drake, Edgar, because you're wrong all the time.
I'm not wrong about it, but whatever.
Dude,
I mean,
Drake is good.
He's no.
He's very good.
No. Well, what is going on? What's the real beef? Why are they beefing?
I don't know.
You have no idea?
I have no idea. That was your topic, bro.
That
Not
was my
mine.
topic, and I forgot. That was days ago, man.
Let's see what I can do to muster up on Kanye and Drake. Kanye West admits he tried to get Drake's attention in the strangest way following their epic feud. Ye's Instagram your bitch line. I don't know. I just know they have beef. And honestly, if I was fucking Kanye, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't come after Drake because that's just not a good move. Drake's too powerful. And Drake doesn't have any sort of fucking mental instability issues either.
Kanye surely does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you listen to his new album?
No, I have not.
Jeremy's like, actually not that bad. I'm just like, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
Well, I don't know.
It's like one of those things. There's going to be people. I'm sure the production is super good on it. I know it is. It's fucking Kanye. Of course, the production's going to be good. But honestly, I just don't have an interest in listening to Kanye anymore. He doesn't do it for me anymore. And I think there's a lot.
I like the beginning of Kanye's career, and then he just went off the rocker.
Yeah, I think honestly, up until Yeezus, like including Yeezus, like everything that dude touched, it was just constantly just redefining hip hop. You were like, what the fuck? And like for a long time, even when that was happening, I wasn't really a big Kanye guy. But he was always he was just ahead of the curve type of deal.
I thought he was the shit.
A lot of the stuff he makes is ahead of the curve. Yeah.
I mean, those are really good albums. I would say the first 3 were good albums.
Shoot, they're all good up through Yeezus. I mean,
he lost me after Yeezus. So he got weird.
Yeezus was good though.
It was okay.
It was really good.
It was okay.
You gotta. So that one was really odd because he
started getting weird to me.
There was a lot of electronic influence in that album, though, which is cool.
Right.
But the one before that, what was before that? That was Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, which might be one of the best hip hop albums ever made. It's definitely Kanye's best album.
Yeah, he did get on TMZ this week too.
So, did you see that clip of him talking?
And
on
TMZ? Oh yeah, he went off on another reporter and explained why he did what he did when he saw Trump. trying to justify it.
There's like the little interview that he had, and it's like, it's really difficult to argue against some of the things he says sometimes.
Yeah,
Like-
it was difficult to argue it. I see his point on why
Yeah.
he went and saw Trump. Now, he did apologize for wearing the hat. But
I mean, he's
someone's got to go up and say, "Hey, man, our community needs help. You're running this country. We need help too." And I
He's
think that's why
batshit
he did what
crazy.
he did.
So, not to be too political,
Right.
but it's just there's more to it. I think there's a lot of fingers that are being pointed at Trump, and that's the right place to point it. But there's so many other people running the scene behind closed doors.
Yes.
That dude's too dumb to fucking do everything himself.
He can't do it all.
He can't. He's a fucking idiot. But like with Edward Snowden, he went on Joe Rogan's podcast a couple weeks ago or last week, and he was talking about the most dangerous people in the government are actually career government people. Like people that
They've
long
been
stay
there for
past.
years and
They're
years
the
and
ones.
can't get them out. Yeah, I got you.
They're the ones that really run the government.
Yes.
Yeah. Because you get a new president every 4 to 8 years,
Right.
and then
You still
somebody's
got
got
the
to get
same
them all back
Congress.
up to speed.
You
It's
still
a-
got 30-year-old Congress. Yeah, people
No, it's
that-
the people that work in the White House, the
In the
fucking
White
heads,
House.
the executives, all that stuff. Those are the guys to worry about. Those guys, you got guys that have been in there 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
Like head of CIA, stuff like that. Like
Right,
they do
right,
their
those
own thing.
guys.
Yeah. It's odd. It's odd. I mean, this is a big one. Fuck.
What's up?
Top 100 singers.
Top 100 singers. Let me see this list.
Rolling Stone had this thing and they released top 100 singers. And, honestly, I made it through the first 5 and I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, you got some classics there.
You do.
Aretha Franklin.
I would put her at
I
one.
give it to her. I
She
love
is
her
one.
music.
Yeah.
Ray Charles was very, very talented.
Very,
I mean,
very.
Elvis Presley, you got me on that one. He was
He's-
okay to me. I mean, I didn't really listen to his music.
I mean, even from an
Wasn't a big
objective
fan,
standpoint.
Sam Cooke, yeah, I could see that happening. John Lennon. Yeah, John Lennon's a legend.
He is a legend. He did not have that great of a voice. It's to me, so look at that list, and you're gonna tell me that John Lennon at 5 is not only higher, but that much higher than fucking Tina Turner and Freddie Mercury? Freddie
I wasn't
Mercury, probably the
really around
greatest
for that
male
era,
voice
but
ever.
Tina Turner was amazing.
Freddie Mercury is the greatest rock voice of all time.
James Brown should have been on top from John Lennon, I would say.
Al
He was
Green,
a hell of a performer.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson should be on the top.
Yeah. Whitney Houston's 34.
Whitney Houston should be like 3.
She should be top 10, definitely.
Yeah, top 10.
Like, I'm looking through these. Like,
Elton John.
Luther Vandross is
Elton John on this
54.
list? Elton John on this list? I can't see that far. They probably forgot him. I mean, he was incredible.
Like, they got fucking Axl Rose on this list.
But they were the group back then. I mean,
yeah, Guns N' Roses were dope.
yeah.
But, like,
Oh, who made this list? Just
so they put-
billboards?
Rolling Stone magazine.
Rolling Stone?
So, like, I just have a lot of beef with not even just, I mean, in some way, shape, or form, you can argue all of these. I
Yeah.
get that. But just some of the placements don't make sense to me. Because, yeah, you're going to put Axl Rose on here. Okay, I understand. He was talented. But you're going to put him above Steve Perry of Journey? Like, that doesn't make sense to me.
Or Kurt Cobain. Kurt Cobain should be higher.
No, he shouldn't. He's
Why
garbage.
not? No, they were good.
They were good, but grunge music was purposefully bad.
Well, yeah.
He couldn't really sing that well.
Buddy Holly.
Incredible songwriter, but he just couldn't sing that well. Christina Aguilera is deep at 58, and I'm just like,
I think
Christina.
she should be top in 20s somewhere. She
Look at
was
this, though.
pretty
This is
good.
the funniest thing to me. Look at 97.
Who's that? Joe who?
Joe Cocker, bro. They
Joe
bleeped out Cock.
Cocker.
Why did they
bleep out
Why did they
Cocker.
do that, though?
Oh, man.
That's very odd.
Yeah,
that was
is
his real
odd.
name. Like, what the fuck?
That's bad to say. Even though that's his name.
Anything else out in the world right now, and that's what we're bleeping out. Just 4 letters of Cocker. Unbelievable. I was surprised to see Mary J. Blige on
Mary
this
J.
list.
Blige deserves it, man. She went through a lot in her career, man.
Well, I don't
You
care
know?
about who went through a lot in their career. These are supposed to be the top 100 singers of all time. And I think I'd have to sit down for a while, but I don't know if she makes the top
Well,
100.
Britney Spears didn't make it.
Good. Good. I had some real problems with Britney Spears was on this list, bro. I mean,
But Iggy made it before Britney?
but Frankie Valli's
that.
80?
80.
Come on, you're old. You know who he is, right?
Yeah, I do.
Frankie Valli in the Four Seasons. I love that,
Yeah,
bro.
he should have been up more in 20s and 30s.
December 1963, one of my favorite
Rod
songs of all
Stewart.
time. Rod Stewart's a classic.
Yeah, he should be up there in the 20s and 30s.
I
don't know who Chuck Berry is.
to me, it purely showed,
Oh, Elton John is on the list.
yeah, he's like 30-something, 38.
Bruce Springsteen, man. He was pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I think a lot of these names belong here, but where they belong is just odd to me. I was just completely deterred off by that top 10.
Mick Jagger, 16. I think he belonged with where he's at.
Yeah, he does. Freddie Mercury is the one that pissed me off, man. How is he 18?
I don't know.
I would put him at 2. He's above Ray Charles.
Yeah, he was above Ray Charles.
It would be, for me, it would be Aretha Franklin, Freddie Mercury, Ray Charles, Marvin Gaye, and then,
Okay. Yeah, he was good.
yeah, and then probably Otis Redding. Yeah. I wouldn't put Bob Dylan that high.
They put Johnny Cash 21. Johnny Cash put me to sleep.
That's an odd one because Johnny Cash, how he sings is very, very bluegrassy,
It's
like you gotta.
yeah, like, puts
he
me
is
to
he
sleep.
is incredible though, but I can understand why you wouldn't like him.
Yeah, I'm out.
He's not, but great voice, great voice. I can understand. I get it though, because that's the same reason why I don't fuck with John Lennon because I fucking hate the
like
Beatles.
John Lennon. Beatles are the
I will
shit.
get shit on all day about that. I just don't like the Beatles. They never did it for me. I respect them. I understand what they did for culture, and honestly, they're one of the greatest groups of all time. They probably are the greatest group
One
of all
the
time.
best performers of all
Yeah.
time.
A lot
Some
of
guys threw a show, man.
but for me, they never did it for me. I don't like them. I don't like them at all. I think there's like a couple songs I like, and I like covers versions of them more than I like the.
Do they
the
have Eric
originals.
Clapton on this list?
No,
Why not?
I doubt
He was
they would.
good.
He was good, but it's the top 100 of all time, bro.
Yeah, I got
If this was top 100
Yeah.
guitarists of all time, it'd be a different story.
Yeah.
He'd be top 5.
Oh, Santana.
Santana's top 5 too.
I think he'd be the top.
That's,
That's a hard one, though,
That's
right?
a-
Because
that's
he
a-
had some really good guitarists back then.
oh, we gonna
man.
go down that route? God damn it! Because yeah, like he's definitely top 3. My top 3 is Eric Clapton, Jimi Hendrix, Santana. But I don't know who I put 1, who I put 2, who I put 3. I think it just depends on the day.
Good.
It really depends on the day. But it's probably fuck.
It's probably Santana.
He's my favorite. He's definitely
Yeah.
my favorite. But I think it's Jimmy.
Jimmy was a badass, man.
Jimmy was a motherfucker, bro.
Put some of that LSD on his forehead, and he was go time.
You know, the first time Santana ever played Woodstock, he wasn't supposed to play for another 3 hours, and they bumped his slot up 3 hours, and he was tripping balls, bro.
Really?
Yeah. He was like, I was not ready to go on stage. And he went on stage. He was like, I became the guitar. He thought his
I bet.
fingers were snakes, bro.
Yeah.
And I've done acid, okay? And I've done a lot of it. And
No.
I've never seen my hands turn to snakes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've never done acid, so I wouldn't know.
What they were doing back then, there was some crazy shit.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't. There's just no way.
What
There's no
else we
way.
got
I mean, that's past me now. I don't do that anymore. I mean, well, Steve Jobs said taking acid changed his life. That's how he
That's how
created
he
Apple.
created Apple, he was high.
Yeah.
Groovy, dude.
But I mean, so it's one of those things. I mean,
yeah.
people, there's a lot of drugs out there that you should just not take.
Right.
Flat out, you shouldn't. And I've done a fair share of them. You just shouldn't do them. I get
Yeah.
it. But that part of my life has passed me. You know, we're way past that point. But
Oh, we
I
all
will
have a
say,
past. I mean, it is what
yeah,
it is.
I will say that then there's more people that can back me up on this. LSD changed my life.
Did it?
It did. It was a
You're
very
probably still high right now.
no. It was a very
Stuck on a trip?
spiritual awakening experience. People think that you see a lot of stuff with it, and then you don't. That's not what it does. It's a very cerebral. Like every time I've done acid, it's like once a year type of thing, and you go into it. I always go into it with a problem that I have to solve within myself.
Gotcha.
You go in and you just battle those demons out, bro.
Nice.
And it's a good time.
Yeah, I'm good. Favorite Halloween movies?
No, well, favorite Halloween movie. Like, what's a movie that you watch during Halloween?
I mean, I like the Halloween movie with Michael Myers.
That's a good one. I think a classic for me is Halloween Town.
Or Friday the 13th. I mean, those are good
The
movies
old
back
school
then. Yeah,
ones,
the
old school.
the first ones. Yeah.
The original horror
Yeah,
slasher
they were
films.
good,
Yeah.
yeah.
You gotta watch those. I feel like you have to. Like new scary movies just don't really do it for me. They're more about like jumpy shit.
Yeah. They're more bass sound and make you jump in a movie theater.
Yeah,
I
like
guess. I haven't been
Paranormal
to-
Activity. Those are jumpy
Paranormal,
as fuck.
yeah, not my kind of movie.
No, well, that's because
shit is real.
Demons are. Thank you.
out.
Demons are real, bro.
I'm out.
I'm
Yeah.
not playing that.
Come from
I'm
a
not
Christian
playing that, bro.
background, so I don't play with those.
Bro, did I ever tell you a story about how I saw one?
Did you?
Like real shit.
Oh no, I believe there's shit out there.
No, okay. So I'm gonna leave names anonymous for sake of it.
Oh yeah, you did tell me that
Bro.
story. Yes. When we
Well,
first met.
Yeah, but there was another one where like, it happened twice in 2 weeks.
That
Or
sucker followed you, right? Damn.
But like it was like this thing, and like all of a sudden we're sitting there. We're at my old house, like old. It was back when Jeremy and my boy Josh and we all had a trailer just in the hood, bro. I mean, like gunshots come off every
Yeah.
night. Like we were living in like probably a place. I saw a bitch.
You shouldn't have been there.
I saw a bitch hit her man with a car right outside. And I was like, God damn. And he started punching her through the sunroof. and
That's
I'm just like,
crazy.
this was back before iPhones could even record video.
Right,
So I had to download an app real quick just so I could record it. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. I can't believe this. But yeah, one night, I think Josh and Jeremy went out somewhere. They went out. They were both 21 at that time. And I wasn't 21 yet, so I couldn't go to the club and stuff
Yeah.
with them. So they went out, and I had a couple homies over and stuff like that. And we were just playing board games. We used to get fucked up and play Sorry. Have you ever played Sorry? Like
yeah,
the
I
drinking
played Sorry
game?
before, but not.
So anytime you get sorried, a shot.
Okay.
Anytime somebody like passes, like lands on your guy
Right.
and you get sent back home, shot.
Yeah.
Literally anytime you get sent back home, shot.
Nice.
That type of shit. And there were like three of
Got
us.
fucked up.
And then like one of my boys just starts like tweaking out and shit a little bit. I'm like, it's kind of weird. And then my one boy, the other boy, he's like, I'm gonna go use the bathroom. I was like, all right, bet. So I'm just sitting there, and all of a sudden, this dude's like whole demeanor change, voice change, everything. He just starts talking to me, and I'm like, you know, like I'm trying to keep my cool
Yeah.
and stuff. But he's like saying shit, and I got my phone with me. I'm like Googling what he's saying
Yeah.
and stuff like that to see like if shit's lining up. And the dude, he's not smart. Like he's not a smart guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like in
Mhm.
actuality, like he's not a smart dude. Like he great guy, just not smart. You know, there's just no way
Gotcha.
he could memorize all that. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
And like then it's just spitballing all this shit off. I'm like, what the fuck?
Mhm.
I'm like, I'm trying to get the fuck out of here. But yeah, demon movies, I don't fuck with them, bro.
Gotcha.
They scare the shit out of me. I always sleep with the lights on.
Yeah, I'm
after one of those.
out. Poltergeist, some things. No, I'm out.
Any little creak, bro, I'm out.
Yeah. No.
You hear about that new haunted house?
Oh yeah, I saw the video on that, man. That you got to sign this
A
waiver.
40-page waiver?
Yeah, I'm
There was
good.
like
They give you
shit.
$20,000. You could keep that shit.
You're gonna spend that in like the first month on fucking psychiatric help.
For real, yeah. Oh, did you see the video how they mess with people?
Bro, they're not liable for breaking bones.
No.
They're not liable for dislocating bones.
No.
There's people that said that they were raped in it.
Probably.
I'm like, yo, what
They're
the
getting away with it too.
What
I
it
mean,
is a psychopath that somehow convinced people to make it legal.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
I don't know
what
how
the
he did that,
fuck?
loopholes and laws or whatever, but if you're that kind of person that's trying to do that, you're a weirdo too.
Nah, but that
For real.
waiver is bullshit. There's no way it holds up.
I don't know, man.
I mean-
I don't think anyone can make it to the end as it is. It's
Well,
hard to-
either way, you can't legally consent to bodily harm. It's against the law.
true,
You
yeah.
can't do that.
Right. I
So-
don't know.
I don't know, man.
I'm out though. I saw the video. I was like, nah, I won't be able to do that
Bro,
shit.
I can barely do a regular haunted house. Like, what the
I
fuck?
could do a regular haunted house. That shit was just too much.
Bro,
that was overkill. You know what I mean?
Those are like torture
They
rooms.
they were torturing people. They were pulling their skin and their mouth and their teeth. And
Bro, some girl got her like literally like a clump like that big of her hair pulled out.
Yeah.
I'm like, what
no. Not my kind of thing, man.
No.
Freaks.
No.
How about favorite scary movie? What's your favorite scary movie?
Kazam. You ever seen
Kazam?
Shaq? No, that's a movie quote, bro. That's a movie quote.
Say, what?
You ever seen Scary Movie?
Scary Movie, yeah. That was pretty
it's
funny.
like he's like, what's your favorite scary movie? She's like, Kazam.
Kazam.
it's like that's not scary. She's like, oh, well, you've never seen Shaq act. No, I don't know. Favorite scary movie?
I say Pet Sematary was one. You know, Stephen King lives in Nokomis.
Yeah, he lives in Casey Key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, favorite one? I did really like I think the scariest movie I ever seen was the first time I watched Sinister. That's a newer one.
I saw that one, bro.
Yo.
I haven't seen any of the newer ones.
All right, so check this out. So it was me, my girlfriend at the time, and my boy, and we all smoked like a fat blunt before we went to go see this movie, right? And we're sitting in the theater, and like the part comes up in the movie, and it's just like how this like demon thing, monster thing enters into your world is like you watch the video film clip and you see him, and then that's his like gateway into your dimension. And I'm like, and they hit you in the beginning of that movie based on true events type of shit, and I'm like, all right, well, if I'm watching this movie and I'm watching the demon come through on the video right there, then that means he can get me too. And I'm like, fuck it, I'm out.
Gotcha.
I was tripping the fuck out. I was like, I need to leave. I need to get out of here type of shit. Yeah, it's definitely the scariest movie I've ever seen.
How about it?
I've never seen it.
It's pretty scary.
I won't see it.
The original.
I won't see it.
I don't know about the newer ones.
I have a thing about clowns and I won't see it.
Yeah, clowns are pretty spooky sometimes.
The clowns, they used to scare the fuck out of me, and now they just make me very, very angry.
My aunt had a picture of a clown, and I could have sworn that fucker was looking at me the whole time. Like I will walk through, and I'm like, it's looking at me. That was around the It movies too, like, you know. I was a kid.
There's absolutely no way I could do that.
How about favorite candy? What's your favorite candy?
Ooh.
Candy corn?
Dude, Mike and Ike's, bro.
Mike and Ike's? Mike and Ike's? Not really, no.
Nah, yeah.
Nah, I like the sour stuff, man.
I love the sour stuff.
Sweet tarts and shit like that.
Bro, the sour stuff, I just eat too much
Now
of
and
it.
later.
Yo, now and later.
Now and later's the bomb, dog.
Man, they just get stuck in your teeth.
Yeah, so what? It eventually dissolves.
I used to eat those when they specifically told me not to eat them when I had braces.
Oh, yeah.
I pulled my retainers right out the back.
I can see that happening. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Just no good, man.
So we did good this week without Jeremy.
I mean, yeah.
You're fired, Jeremy.
Where are we at?
Fired.
Where are we at? I don't even know.
40 minutes?
I don't even know.
I have no idea.
This doesn't time it.
Next week, I'm gonna interview my cousin who's a rapper. His name is No Lack in Peace. So look out for that. We're gonna do it. Couldn't do it this week because of we don't know what we're doing yet.
There's just a lot going on.
How to get the Skype.
There's a lot going on.
That. But that's okay though. We're gonna talk to No Lack, and he's pretty dope. Listen out to his stuff too. He's on YouTube. He's on Spotify. He's on everywhere.
Betty.
Choice of the week?
Yeah, what's your song this week?
I'm going to go with Flawless, man. This young cat, he's from Rhode Island. He's on this show called Rhythm and Flow. It's with Cardi B, Chance, and T.I. They went out to a few states, northern states. Well, they went all over, I think. Was it New York, Chicago, and L.A. to look at, to find an artist, a hip-hop artist. It's like what's them shows that
like American Idol.
Like American Idol, but the hip-hop version.
I fuck with that.
The show is dope. You got to check it out, Boom, whenever you have the chance this week. They're looking for someone that's going to be positive and that's going to make an impact to the music industry, which I like. But this kid, Flawless, caught my eye. I thought he was the best one so far. I haven't seen the whole season yet. But I'm hoping that he wins. I mean, listen to this cat.
All right, bet. So right here, we have Runner Up by Flawless. Damn.
Mm-hmm. He's the best one they have so far on this show. I mean, they got quite a few underground artists that I said they could make
Flawless
it.
Real
Flawless
Talk.
his name. Yeah, Flawless Real Talk. I like him.
He was snapping.
Oh, he snapped.
He was in.
Yeah, he did good.
We the A team, you the 8th seed. That one hit me. I was like, damn.
He's got some bars, man, for sure.
Ooh. All right, my song. This is off Gryffin's new album. Just came out last week. I'm back into my sad boy stuff. That's really what I'm into listening to. I like it. So melodic. I love music that makes you feel like that. It's great stuff.
Gotcha.
This is a song, Gryffin in 7 lines, called Need Your Love.
Yeah, that was dope.
I really like music like that, man. It's just all there.
You sensitive little bitch.
I mean, yeah. That's facts.
Oh, man.
Damn.
So that was it, huh?
I think that's it, bro.
You good?
Yeah. Oh.
What's up? What we got?
I think I'm either going to put it at the end of this video if Jeremy gets around to making the visual for it and shit, or it's just going to get dropped on SoundCloud. But October 31st, Halloween, I'm doing a Spook House mix.
All right.
It's going to be all house music.
Nice.
We're going to keep it spooky. We're going to keep it nice, and we're going to get grooving. I'm actually going to literally record it right when I get down here.
Are you going to do it live?
No. I'm going to record it.
Okay. I want you to do it live already.
Bro, I need more equipment to do it. There's a couple things I still need
Well,
to do.
get to work.
All right, man. This might get loud. Episode 18. We're out.
We are out.